everyone for joining the today's session. So here today, after the daily monitoring, today we are discussing about the SAP email configuring, SAP email configuration here. So there is a one functionality in SAP system. So to send the messages, to send the emails from SAP automatically, the vendors are the users, they will get the email automatically while confirming to SAP or something, they will get the emails from SAP here. Suppose best example, suppose like example, take that you are working in a one sales department with a pharmaceutical company. They are running the SAP. You are working on the one of the sales department. You are working in the pharmaceutical company. The project is the pharmaceutical company they are running. You are in the sales department, right? You got an alert notification that some stocks are falling the short and need to be restocked as soon as possible. Normally, when you go to the medical shops, so in their systems, they will come to know there's some medicines, some stocks are shortages. Then then here the SCOT, then you will create a the people will create a purchase order, then PO, then they will send directly to the vendors, right? So this is the place where the SCOT transaction will comes into the picture. The SCOT transactions will come to the play, that allowing you to send the purchase order via email to vendors automatically. So while this conforming to the SAP environment, so SCOT is the SAP Connect administrations tool. Using this one, the sending the emails, text messages, the fax, and both external internal communication platform, it will happen here, right? So here to perform this SCOT configuration and everything here, so we have to do the some configuration in the SAP system side. We have to do the some configuration here. We have to do the some configuration here. So one is the what we need is SMTP server details we required. SMTP, the server details and also the domain, the server details and domain or IP address. So these things are required, and also the port number we required. Usually the port number for the SMTP, they will use the 25 or 26, they will use it here, right? So these are the main things we required. First about the domain and port, the mailbox server details, and SMTP server activation, node activations, right? So the node activation, SMTP node activations, and SAP the connect job. So we have to schedule it here. SAP connect job, we have to schedule it here, right? So here the port means, so there is a, so ports we have to check in the SMICM. We have to check the port details, whether the port is active or not. In case of the port is not active, so we have to go to the, suppose if you go to the, so one of the system here, we go to the one of the system here, then let me show you. If you go to the one of the system here, then go to the SMICM, check whether the ports are active or not. So you can check the, so ports are active or not here. So there is a SMTP port is active here. In case of this is not active, we can create the port from here in the SMICM transaction code. Otherwise, we can go to the RG10. There is a profile parameter here. There are some profile parameters. So those profiles parameters we can set here. There are some profile parameters here. We can set the profile parameters here, the HTTP, SMTPM. There is a port parameters. These parameters, if you set it out, these are the permanent settings here. These are the permanent parameters are available here. This is the port, we have to enable it here. Then after that, go to the SCOT. SCOT is the transaction code where we will activate the email configuration and everything here. The next one is the SCOT. The SCOT is the transaction code where we can activate the domain, configuring the domain, SMTP server, node activation, job scheduling, all the kind of things we will do it in the SCOT transaction code here, SCOT. So SCOT is the transaction code. We will do the all the SMTP email configurations and everything here. Here you can go to the here. Then in case of this is not there, then you need to configure the SCOT configuration. You need to configure the SCOT configurations and everything. We have to configure it here, right? Suppose in the newly systems this will not be there. So then suppose like if I delete the this one, so it is deleted, right? So then here the main thing is the default domain. Domain is the important which SAP systems and domain name we have to configure it here. So once the domain configure, domain means our domain configuration. Suppose like the trainings.com, google.com, facebook, that is the domain, right? Domain we have to configure it here, right? So domain we have to configure it here. In the company domain, if you are working for domain configuration, we have to do it with the default domain configuration. We have to do that one. After that, so we have to activate we have to create the node here, SMTP node creation. We have to do that one here, SMTP, the node creation. We have to do that one, right? The mailbox, host, and port number. This we will get from the company. There is a IT team. Every company there is a IT team. From your IT team, you will get the mailbox, host details, and port number. Every company there is a mailbox that you will get every company there is a mailbox. That mailbox server details you have to provide it here. Suppose example, if I take gmail.smtp.com, something like that, Gmail related one thing. Here the port number is the 25 I have chosen here. Just example here. In your case, in your company, there is a different host name, different mailbox server name. You need to configure it here. Click on the continue, then internet. Then here in the address area, you need to configure the email IDs, which users you should receive the emails, which users you should receive the emails here. So which users you should receive the emails. Suppose in case if you are configuring for the in case if you are configuring for the all the users, you don't have the any email IDs. So then you can maintain the star. Star means all the persons should receive the emails from SAP. Suppose some people are they we have to restrict the email configuration means then you can configure the star at the rate of suppose whatever your company email ID is, then mycompany.com or mygmail.com, if you configure it, so those people will receive the only who are having at the rate of gmail.com, those people will receive the emails here. So here, how many minutes you want to run the repeat the attempt the procedures and all those things you need to, so you need to specify it here, right? Then the node activation is done here. Here the node activation is done here. The node activation is done here, right? So we have done the node activations and everything. So we have completed here. Then after that, so there is a SAP send jobs. There is a SAP send job. This will we have to schedule this job. So what this job will do? So when sending with this job will automatic job. So this job as per the timelines, it will send the mails or packets or details to the all the details to the all the recipients it will send it out here. So then you can define the job here. You can create the one SAP connect job. So you want to run this job every 10 minutes, then you can schedule the job here. You can schedule the job here. This job will run every 10 minutes. Once this job will run, if any emails which are going to outside of the SAP, then this job will send the emails to them every 10 minutes once. So this job will go to them. Sir, where can I check that one? So sir, you have done the configuration in the outbound messages and everything you have done it. So where can I check? We have done the configuration, SMTP node activation, the ports and all. We have checked it out. Then, so where can I check whether the emails are going or not, which are failed in SAP or not? SOST. SOST is the transaction code. SOST is the transaction code which we have to use to send the emails here. SOST is the transaction code which we have to use to send the emails here, right? So see here today, I think I think there is a one last week there is a one email daily sales report. There is a one email got stuck in the here. One email got stuck here, right? So here we can monitor as a day to day our responsibility is every day we need to check whether is there any emails or failed status or anything. We need to check and we need to reprocess or we have to inform to the respective teams, respective senders. We have to inform your emails got stuck here in the SAP system here, right? So here, suppose like if I take the stuck entries here, let's see if I remove all these things here from date and to date. So here we can see what are the things will come. Let's see here. Why? Because the list is very huge. Since this is the so system, we have some data. That's why daily sales report. Sometimes what happens, when the manager logins to the system every day, there is a job will run. The job will gather the all the sales, whatever the sales are happened in the system. That sent to the your your manager. Then they configure the like this here, right? They configure the like that they have configured it here. So in that case, we can see here, we can see the all the information here. Something there is a missing the deadline to implement the something here. They will get the emails that will not send to the connection refused. So they will get the emails. They will get the emails here like that. We can see the all the emails which are stuck in the systems. So iDocs, emails, whatever is there in the air, there is a 2,54,000 mails are there here, already stuck entries here, right? But successful emails also we can see here. Whenever we hire the any employee, suppose that this is the payroll system. This is the payroll system here. Whenever you hire any person, the whenever you update the details, the receiver, suppose the example here, the Andrea, right? So Andrea created here, whenever they have hired it, they will receive the emails from SAP say that you are the hired, you got the offer, something like that, you are the employee code number and you have the this details, these are mailbox details, all the HR related details will be get by the senders, right? Payments, perform the assessments, example, approval of the PO, changing the, so HR department, your profile has been changed, something like that, we will get the emails from SAP, right? So this will happen by SMTP node. So SMTP node, all those things will happen from the SAP systems here, right? So that is the one of the important thing here. One of the important, there is a bulk hiring, creating the building. So whatever it's there, whatever the business. So it will send the acknowledgement for the respective members here. Respective members, they will get the acknowledgement from here, right? So this is the one thing which we have to check here. This is the one thing which we have to check in the systems here, right? So this way we can here, this is the place, the SOST is the place here. So we need to monitor the all, if any failed messages, if any failed emails last 1 week and last week to this week, then we need to identify, then we need to send the emails to the people. This is the daily sales report. Waiting for the communication service means waiting for the communication service means if the mailbox server, the configuration what we have done in the SMTP node, if all the things are correct, then all the things are correct here. So then what will happen? The person who is the recipient will get the emails from SAP if everything is correct, right? So that we can do that one. But here, since we don't have the all the details here, suppose like example, you have created the dummy mailbox server details here, then we don't have the, so gmail.com, so our emails are there, fine, but we don't have the any these details and everything here. And also we can also create the text emails for the practice purpose. We can also create the text emails by going to the SBWP, SAP Business Workplace, SAP Business Workplace. We can also send the details here. We can also send the SAP Business Workplace. We can send the We can send the all the details here. SBWP. We can using this one. We can create the emails and everything here, right? So if you go to the SBWP, so you can also create the. This is the user specific mailbox server configuration. Every user there is a inbox, outbox. Suppose if you receive the mails to the SAP, then you can see it here. Then if you see the outbox, which are going to the outside, so all the private folders, any approvals are pending, all the emails you will receive to the here, right? If you receive any documents from SAP, client copy cancelled, then immediately the mail sent to the user here. When? The 28th04, right? So 28th04, client copy cancelled. What the people are done it here? Let's see here. The client copy locked by the other client copy. Client copy currently carried out. Stopped it here. Wait for until end of the current client copy. Let's update. So people are doing in the production. They are doing the client copies. You see here. I told that don't use the production for the client copies. People are started using the client copies here. That's why I will restrict the access. This is the reason, right? You see here. The date today we read the message, document sent, document received, and they have read the message in this one. So here we have done it here, right? So this is the place where we can see the all the information and everything here, right? So that is the one. Mm. 28th, 26th, 29th, export, client export is done. Okay. So this is the place. So normally we have the client copies, right? Yeah, just want to review this one. So here SBWP is the SAP Business Workspace. So here we can see the documents, the mails which you are sending to here. Just you can click on the create the new message from here, right? Just you can you can provide the subject line here, then type the matter, whatever the matter you want to type it here. Just to provide your details like SAP basis dot November. So then like that, whatever the group email ID you have, just type the group email ID. Just you can provide that this is the internet address. So then you can send if you want to attach any attachments, you can add the attachments. Otherwise, just click on the send button here. Just click on the send button here. Just click on the send button here. If you click on the send button here, so then that email will go. But how can I know that that email went to that respective user or not? So there is a SOST transaction. There we can check the details here. See demo one more email ID got stuck here. So this is also dispatch time. This is also every 10 minutes, right? There is a job we scheduled here, SAP connect job here, SAP the connect job here, SAP connect job we have scheduled here. In this SAP connect job here, so this will run every 10 minutes. This connect job will run every 10 minutes here. This connect job will run every 10 minutes. So what I will do, I will run it in the ad hoc mode. I will repeat the schedule. I will remove, then click on the OK button. So just I will run it in the ad hoc mode. This will continue to run in now here. This will every 10 minutes. Now this is also 51. It will run. Now this will run now. So there is a lack of work process, I guess. So then this job, once this job is run, so yeah, all the background jobs are full here. There is a background jobs are full here. There is a, I think SLT replication is running. That is the reason these jobs are on hold here. That is the reason these all jobs are waiting. Okay, response time is waiting here. Okay, if you wait for some time, then what will happen? So here you will see the exact status of this one, whether this will failed or status. If it is the failed message, this will come to the red status here. Here we will come to know the error, what exactly happened. It will be sent after. So see here when it will send it here. Then this will give you the details here, all the information and everything. it will give you the sent here, right? So this is the way we can do the configuration of the all the email box configurations, right? Email server configurations and everything we can perform it here. This is the SCOT configuration. Only outbound emails here, which are going outside of the SAP system to the receivers here. Okay. Any questions, anyone? So the next one here, there is some other transaction codes. Suppose like example SWU3, SAP Automatic Workflow Customization. SAP Automatic Workflow Customization here. So this is also, suppose in the SAP system, some people they will activate the workflow. SAP workflow, they will activate it here. SWU3, they will activate it here. Workflow configuration here. This is the used to maintain the workflow customization. So there are the options here. There should be activate status here. This is also should be the red active status. So which means as part of this workflow, suppose if any person, and if any person, suppose one person raised the PO, purchase order, they have raised it. The purchase order cost is more than 1 lakh. Then there should be a two approvals are required here, right? More than 2 lakhs. Then one more approval is required. So like that, there is a approval procedures here. Approval procedures here, right? So these approval procedures, the functional team will calculate the approval procedures and all those things here. But our duty is in the edit workflow environment, whether all these jobs and events are active or not, we need to check it out. All the schedulers, all this all should be the right tick marks. This is only we have to do that one. This is only we have to do that one. So what is the use of this one means approval emails, the workflow customization, the final approval, second level approval, third level approvals. Normally we see this type of things, right? So workflow, automatic workflow here, right? So workflow here, right? So this will allows the organizations and workflows will manage the decision, will gain the end-to-end process visibility, and it will allows user to build, run on the manage the workflows. So they can automated kind of functionalities here. Automation, the approval procedure and everything will be automated here. Once the first level approval is done, second level approval, third level approval, like that, we will deploy the workflow procedures here. So here, so whenever any business is required to the more than that, based upon the situation, they will create the workflow. As part of our duty, if the emails or the approval procedures are not working, then we have to check this first point. Edit runtime workflow. This should be the active status. This should be the active status here, right? These jobs and everything should be running status in the system. This is the main thing. And the one more thing is here, workflow activation. There is a one more thing here. Yeah, SFW5. That is the SAP business functions activation. One more thing is called the SWU3 workflow activation, and next one is the SWU5, that is called the business functions activation. Business functions activation here. Business functions activation here, right? So this is the business functions. Sometimes normally functional people will do this work. SFW5. Okay, so SFW5. Sometimes what happens, functional people will do, functional people, there is a system. Whenever you build the system, it's not full-fledged ready for the all the functionalities in the system. Sometimes we may have to activate the some other functionalities in the system. For that reason, we have to go to the business functions here and we need to activate it here. We need to activate the all the business functions and everything we have to activate it here. All the business functions we have to activate it here. So people will request us which business functions we have to activate and everything. So they will ask us. So then in this case, we need to select the business function like this. We have to select the checkbox, right? So then just click on the, suppose they need R&B business. Suppose like they want to enable the some the recipe development related things they want to enable it. We need to activate this one. PLM related, shopping cart related. Then there are the many things, ILM, data archiving, logistics. So there are the many functionalities are there in the systems here, accounting, finance, material. There are the lot of business functions are there in the system. So the people wants to work in the system, this business function should be activated. If these are not activated, then there should be a problem. They will not get the that related functionalities here. Here, which based upon the request from the your functional team, select the request business functionalities, click on the activate the changes here, so that the related functionality will be activated. In case of that functionality is required some other dependency related things, then you need to activate the dependency and you need to activate it here. You need to activate the those things, you have to activate it here. This is the where we need to activate the business functional. By default, whatever functionality which is available, but your company is referring some other automation, automotive innovation, something like that it is asking, then you can select it, click on the activate it here. But this functionality requires some other components to be activated here. Then click on the activate. There is a background job will start in the back end, so that this functionalities will be enabled in the system. So once the functionalities are enabled, then we cannot be deactivated here. That is the main thing here. So we can also deactivate, we cannot be deactivated. So this is a functional requirement. Based upon the functional requirement, you can activate the all the functionalities in the system. All the functionalities in the system, you can activate it here. That is the main thing of the this business functions activations here, right? So that is the one thing. The one more transaction code, SICF, the services activation. So there is a relation between SMICM and SICF. So suppose some of the service in the SAP, we have the some of the functionalities as a services, web services, some of the functionalities as a services here. Then if they ask, suppose they are trying to use the some functionalities in the SAP system, sometimes suppose example, when you are using the irctc.com, sometimes what happens, you will get the 500 internal server error or timed out error, something. Why? Because so that's a related service are deactivated in SAP systems here. So are not responding, or that functionality not activated here. So that is the reason. So you will get this one here. Suppose these all are the services, custom services, standard services are there. So these all are the services here. Suppose there is a SRM functionality, right? There are the some SRM functionality in the system. That functionality you need to activate it here, right? SRM functionality that so the job executed, the document cannot send it here. We got the one again one more email we got from the SAP. So it got failed it here. Suppose some people they want to use the some shopping cart related application, some related things they want to use it here, right? So in that case, so suppose they will try to use the this type of URL here. They will use the this type of URL. In that case, they will get the internal server error that is not activated, something that is called the deactivated, then SRM's catalog build define, something like that. They will get the emails from SAP, right? They will get the emails from SAP here. So sorry, some services we have to activate it. In that case, which service we want to activate it, we have to take a note, take a note, take a note. Then we can right click and we have to activate the service, deactivate the service and test the service. This kind of functionalities we have to do it in the systems. This kind of functionalities we have to do in the systems here, right? So that is the main thing of the this work. This is the services activation here. The services activation here. So SICF is the transaction code to activate the services in SAP systems here. In our SAP system, so these services, whatever the service they are looking, we can activate it here. Suppose example, if you see here, suppose some people web GUI. Some people, they will log into our SAP system as a browser URL, right? So browser URL, they will log into our SAP system here. In case of this SAP BC, the services are down, the sub-service are down, we cannot open this launchpad screen. We cannot open this launchpad screen, cannot able to navigate from one place to another place. You cannot able to navigate here, right? You can not able to navigate. You will not get, so browser level also we can access the SAP, no need to SAP GUI. So then SAP web GUI also, web browser level also we can access it here. Then we can, in case of the web method is down, that related service is down, right? Suppose example, the service name is the web GUI. So what I am doing here, I am going to deactivate the services here, right? Click on the OK button. See, the service cannot be reached. So which means, so service is down. That is the reason the service is failed here, right? So you see the service SAP BC GUI, the last sub-service I have deactivated. That got failed status here. That got the failed status here. You see here, that is called the failed status here, right? So sometimes when you open some other websites or anything internet thing, suppose you want to book something, you will get this type of service cannot be reached, or 500 server internal error, something like that. You will get it out, which means their backend one of the service in SICF, it got down status, it got stopped status. So then what you need to do, you need to activate, then you will able to access the other screens again, right? Some of the banking applications when you are trying to access during the banking hours, sometimes they will unable to connect it. They are unable to access suppose they are trying to do the payments, right? They are trying to do some of the payments here. So they want to check the employee status and everything here. Suppose like example, HR systems. They want to check the particular employee ID. They want to check the payrolls details and everything of that employee ID here, right? Suppose they want to check suppose this is the person, there is an employee here. You want to check all the details, employee details here through browser. They can able to pull the data. They can see the actions, bank details and addresses. They want to correct it here. They want to correct it, all the details they want to correct it here. So in this case here, if it is down, then how can they pull the data and how can I correct the bank details and the personal details, and how can I do the medical details and all those things, how they can correct it? So they cannot correct this one, everything here, right? So there is they cannot correct it. So in that case, what they have to, they need to wait. The backend server should be up and running, right? In that is the case. So this SICF, we will activate any new functionalities, any standard or custom functionalities. We will activate the services in this case here. Here we will activate those things. We will activate it here. That is the main thing here. Okay. The services activation means which we have to perform using here itself only we have to perform the services activations and everything we have to perform it, right? This is the web GUI related services here, right? So SICF transaction code, we have to activate these things. Okay, so then what others we have? Small transactional codes we completed. Then the main things we can complete it in the gunshot we can complete it. So small transaction codes, whatever we have. So tomorrow, if someone asks you, where can you activate the services in SAP? Then in this case, you need to tell SACF, where can you activate the business functions? You need to tell like this here, right? So what are the things left for the basis monitoring related things here? And just thinking, what are the small transaction codes only, not the major one. Small related things I'm thinking. SM21, ST06, ST25, SP01, SM37, and SMQ1, SMQ2, DB02, monitoring, all DB12, SM50, 13, 21. These all are completed. We completed all the maximum transaction codes we completed. Power also.